I bought this Bally Supersonic from the 70s not so long ago, and there's just a couple of things that bother me. Look, the game is not in great shape. It's very much a player's game. I'm going to do some touch-ups on that game at some point, but the thing that bothers me the most are the drop targets, which are a little bit sticky along here. So they're pretty worn out. So I've got myself a new set of these from rtbb.com.au in Australia. They are a bit expensive for what they are, little bits of plastic, but hey, they are perfect for the game. So I've never done one of these drop target services before. So I'm going to open it up from the inside, give it a clean, and see if I can get this to be more reliable and looking a hell of a lot better. So with the playfield up, this is the unit that drives the drop targets. When they reset, when each of these reset, there's a solenoid here which drives them up and resets it. So I'm going to remove the unit from the game completely, just so I can work on the bench and clean it up. It's a bit got lots of goopiness around it and grease, and it's just generally not so nice. I'm going to take this off. So I've got my magnet so that when I take some of these out, I can just lift the screws out. If you don't have one of these ratchet screwdrivers, they are fantastic. You have to take these screws out of the base here as well, so which means that this plate here needs to come off first. So let me take that out. So we're going to get rid of these two as well, and then hopefully that plate comes off. Cover now comes off, and it's really, you can see inside there, this really needs a good clean. One more screw. So right down here in the corner, this is the last one. It's under all the wires and everything. So it's unscrewed, but now you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drop target switches, and there's also another sling switch here, or that attaches onto the rubber. So I'm going to take these off. So I'm hoping that these are going to just come off quite easily. There's a single ground wire that comes across all of them, and then each of the individual switches that go back to the switch board in the back box. So I'll just take these switches off. Let me just see if I take one off, what happens. Get the order right, take that, take it apart. Those are all fairly well connected, and the good news is because you've got the central ground wire, it's unlikely that you're gonna, it's difficult to mix them up, mix the order up. This is just the bumper switch, the switch that goes on. There's like a, I don't know what you call it, it's like a slingshot switch, but there's no slingshot, it's just to register hits to the slingshot. So now I've got this all off. Just take out the screws that are keeping the solenoid attached. So I don't have to re-solder the solenoid. So you've got a coil stop there, which is, yeah, it's okay actually, and then a metal sleeve in. So I'll give this a clean, put the new drop targets on and adjust those so that they, and have a look at these switches to see if they're all good. But there we go, all disassembled. And I'll have a crack at this now at the bench. So surprise, surprise, you were expecting to see this on my desk and have me take this apart, and you're expecting it to be all dirty. This is actually the assembly all done and dusted at the end. But when I went and took this to my desk and disassembled it, the video file got corrupted. So when I went to edit it, it wasn't there. So what I thought I'd do is just tell you roughly what I took out, what I disassembled at the time, and then you'll catch up with the video that as it catches up when I'm on the desk. So the first thing to do is to remove the springs. Best you use a needle nose plier or a little piano spring pick. Then you remove this bolt here, which is done by removing one of the E-springs on the side with I use a flat nose screwdriver and just turn it briefly and hope that the E-spring doesn't fly away. Then that bolt will come loose, this little bolt will come loose, and then the drop target itself will come out. Once you've got the drop targets out, I then removed the rod that sits, that holds all of these arms in. That's done by removing, in this unit here, there's two Allen key points. You need to remove those, and then the rod will drop through. You need to remove both of them on both the top and the bottom. There's another one down here. Once you've got that rod out, this whole unit, this whole arm will come loose. The next thing to do is just to remove, for cleaning purposes, is to remove the plates. So to do that, you're going to need to take out these two screws at the top. There's another two screws at the bottom down here on the back of the plate. So from the other side there's a screw here. And then there's the two screws that hold, if you look at it from the bottom here, the two screws that hold on the solenoid's coil stop. So the video will resume now with me removing these two screws at the bottom here, which removes this backing plate from the base plate. So that's where we are. Sorry about that, sometimes files get corrupted. So now just to remove the last two screws. back, the top plate, 2 side plates, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these coil stop, a couple of these old screws, and base plate, which is really quite yucky. A little wire brush. I'm going to try to do this because the rest of it looks like I'm going to be able to get away with not using the tumbler or anything else to give it a good clean. So that has come up, given how gunky that was, crappy that had on it. That really has. It just shows you how much dirt and grime and dust is sitting in these machines, gathering over years and years of data of use. That really doesn't need any more. Might use the steel brush on the top of this actually. That actually has come up quite nicely. So that's good. I might be able to get this done tonight then. This is the central rod that it all goes on. Nice and clean. These are the 5 bolts that attach the actual drop target. So I'm going to take off the E-springs off again. Just use this one. Take off both sides. Squirt. Bit of a rub. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one side back on now while I've got it. Okay, that's good. Now, springs, 5 springs. They're all in pretty good nick, so that's good. They can go straight back in. All of these screws are a bit grubby, but I'll give them a bit of a those are now nice and clean. Done everything except for this one. So let's just clean that last little puppy up. A little bit of a wire brush. And I think we're good. So, pretty happy with that. And that's actually not too bad. So, just checking to see if this was mushroomed, and really it's not. So that's nice and clean. So all of this is clean. Let me see if I can remember how to put it back together again. Now that I've taken the entire unit apart, cleaned it up, ready to go back together, you'll have to join me in video 2 of this series as I put it back together, put it back into the machine. Thanks for watching. If you liked, subscribe. You can hit the little bell for notifications, and I'll see you in video 2.